Morning everyone. So today is the start of the actual road trip from east to west. If you didn't know, we did have a week trip prior to this just because we had extra time. We were like, yeah, why not? But this will be the start of the actual trip. Currently we are just grabbing some diesel and then we'll be on the road. So today we are driving to Port Fairy and doing a few things there. If you're wondering, yesterday we did have our maintenance done to our car and everything went all good. It was actually $400 cheaper than expected and it took half the amount of time that we expected as well. Driven about 2 hours and we've just stopped just before Port Fairy to a place called Tower Hill. So I saw that there is a extinct volcanic crater and I thought we have to have a little stop, have a little check. So we're going to see about doing the journey to the last volcano. I am just seeing signs now that says it's an hour. On all trails it says it's like 36. So maybe we won't do the whole thing, maybe we'll just do like a bit. Bumped into some locals on our way. Emus just in the way. How funny. But I would be lying if I said scooting around them didn't make me a little nervous. Thank you, appreciated. I did read on the reviews that it's supposed to be really good for wildlife, but I didn't actually realise that they would be like on the trail. So a little bit further up and you actually get to it. We've gone up to the top, but there is a better view just here. So you get to like a tall tree just before the hill. And that's it. It's nice. Would I have gone out of my way of doing it? Probably not. But because it's on the way, I'm happy with it. And it's got my steps in. Or some steps in, shall I say. And it doesn't seem like a lot of people do this. It's quite quiet, which is nice. Nice and serene. And some more. And some more emus. Just the one. Charlie saw 2 others go into the bush. I think just alone, the emus in itself is worth a little walk. And that is it. So that probably took us just over maybe 30 minutes. And I would say the best part of it was the surprise of emus. And on the way through, because we ended up finishing the whole thing, and on the way we saw some kangaroos and I was like, oh, this is so good. And I was like, all we need to see now is koalas. And literally our car's here, there's like 2 koalas just over there. So good. So if you're going to come here, low expectations for the walk, but you're here for the animals, you're here for the wildlife. So now it's only, I think it's about 20 minutes to Port Fairy, and then we can set up and then go for a walk from there. Yeah, go straight through. Keeps raining on and off today, so we thought we'd come to the caravan park first to set the tent up whilst it's somewhat dry, and then we will head into town to then explore, so that when we come back we're not in a rush and we're not doing it in the rain or whatever. Okay, all set up, had some lunch. We're now walking about 10 minutes down to the coast, and then hopefully we can do then the Griffith Island walk. So in total it should be like 40 minutes, which is super easy. And it gives us loads of time to have a little look around Port Fairy before it's too dark. Just correcting myself, it's Griffith Island. So made a start to the little trail. You get to like a narrow edge to get onto this track, and we've seen signs for seals, or potentially seeing seals, which would be super exciting. But yeah, the trail goes, I'm pretty sure, all the way around, and then the lighthouse is just over there somewhere. But this is where we are currently. And the sun's going down in the back, so we're just at like the perfect part of the day, you know, where everything feels like nice and calm, like everything's going down, and it's still dry. So touch wood, it stays like that. Like, look at this in the background. As you're walking, this is what you're seeing. Because there's a fair few walks that we've done where it's like you're on the coast, but you're not actually walking alongside the water. But this is really good. And the waves are pretty big. Ah! I'm assuming we would have gone round there. We can see the lighthouse from here though. If it focused. There you go. Seen it. Okay, note to self to check whether the tide is high or low, because we can't get there. But that's fine, we could see the lighthouse. There's a nice little walk here. Maybe there's another way round. We'll figure something out. Charlie just reminded me that there is another way round, obviously because it's a loop, but the other way round is actually underwater. So it doesn't look like we're getting there. So, well, that's the walk of Griffith Island. It's a shame we couldn't finish all of it, but I mean, you could probably have tried to do it, but it just would have been a bit of a faff. And so Charlie's just looked, we're on only 8,000 steps, did you say? We're on 8,000 steps, so we're going to be able to get to our 10,000 by walking to the pub. So that's the other route you would want to go to. But as you can see, it's underwater. Look at that reflection. I said to Charlie, it reminds me of Bruce Almighty. You know, when God's walking, or Morgan Freeman, shall I say, is walking on the water. Super picturesque as well. Morning, everyone. The weather last night was terrible, and it's come into today. I mean, I thought at one point the bloody tent was going to fly away. This is all night. This is what's happened all night. But I thought just before we leave, I wanted to actually show you the camp kitchen, because this is a good camp kitchen. This is it. It's very basic kind of looking, but it has a TV, it has Wi-Fi, has heaters, it has a vending machine if you want a drink. And then, yeah, it's got quite a bit of cooking facilities. So that's the camp kitchen. Very, very impressed with that. And then, so if I take you through, this is our little plot. So that's our little plot there. There's supposed to be one there and the one next to us. But we have this whole street to ourselves. Again, perks of being in winter on the off season is that, like, basically you don't have to book. You can kind of rock up. And because it is the off season, it's usually cheaper. So this came to $36. And if you remember, in a couple of videos ago, we went to one place and it was $50. It didn't have any Wi-Fi, it didn't have fancy heaters or anything like that. Very good. Well done, Port Fairy. So that is Port Fairy. Very, very cute. We did just stop in the mill. It was recommended by one of the ladies that we met in the caravan park. And yeah, recommend. It's very, very cute. But we're now going to be heading to South Australia, so we've got a 6.5 hour drive.
6 hours 45 from here.
6 hours 45. but then we gained 30 minutes by going in South Australia. Make sure to watch next week's video as we check out Mornington Peninsula.